we will be meeting the ugly sister, the king, curtsy practised, and the man who makes them look and sound good in Wigton very shortly. I keep wanting to say this morning, this is the thing when you straddle the great divide between morning and afternoon. It comes to the point where you've got to stop saying good morning to everybody and you've got to start saying good afternoon, which is what we will do next. 2, well, is she worth waiting for? We're going to find out. Our ugly sister is in the building, yes. She or he has arrived. David Boardman, welcome to you, sir.
Thank you, Helen.
Bit of a slow procession into Carlisle, was it today?
It was a little bit of a rush, but made it here now.
Delighted.
Glad to be here, delighted to be here.
Well, I'm delighted that you're here too, alongside Aaron Cockbain.
Hello.
Hello, Aaron, and a returning Radio Cumbria. You're not a regular quite, but you're a familiar voice, hopefully. David Ross.
Hi,
good
Helen.
afternoon to you.
Good
Hello.
afternoon.
And you are united in your pursuit of pantomime perfection in the form of Cinders at the John Peel Theatre in Wigton this half-term week, which promises to be, well, I know you promised mayhem.
Oh, yes.
Lots of that.
We're not going to be disappointed, are we? I don't think. If we're
Certainly
after
not.
mayhem, comedy, music.
And there's romance.
And dancing.
Oh my goodness!
Yes.
What a mixture! That
Yes.
sounds like the ingredients are all there. Are they coming together though? Because I happen to know that there was a dress rehearsal last night, and another one coming up. So, David, with your director or writer's hat on, how's it looking?
It's looking great. It's we've had a couple of run-throughs now with the full tech support, and it is amazing. I know I'm biased, but
Just a bit.
this is probably the technical sound and lighting is as good as you're going to see in any professional theatre.
Oh,
It is absolutely superb.
I can feel the heat from Aaron blushing
Oh yeah.
at this distance.
Well, yeah, no. So we've over the last couple of years we've upgraded the sound and lighting at the theatre. So yeah, David's right. We've got a really good system, really good lights, and me and my little apprentices, I'll mention them later, Matt and Edward. We've done our best to make it look really good this year.
I think I've heard of Matt and Edward
You might have
before in a previous conversation, because I mean you're let's just say you're relatively youthful, Aaron.
Done. Yeah, I'm not as old as some of the other members. Let's put it that way.
but you're kind of a product of the nurturing that goes on in the John Peel Theatre.
Yeah, that's
How
right.
You know?
Yeah, so I started at the theatre when I was 16 or 17, I think. So I was kind of right at the start of my journey in sound and lighting then, but I do it professionally now as well. So it's it's my career. But yeah, we've got a couple of young'uns there now. So Matt is 16 and Edward's 12, and so basically I've assisted them in designing all the sound and lighting for the show, and now I've stepped back and they're operating it all. So
that's fantastic.
I'm not gonna do anything during the Panto run. It's going to be up to them.
They're your young apprentices.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? And I do. It's very telling that when you're doing this for a living, you could very easily think, "Oh, I've had enough of this. I'm doing it at work all day.
Yeah.
Don't want to be doing this in my spare time." But there clearly is some sort of a connection with the theatre in Wigton that makes you want to devote your time and your energies.
Yeah. No, the theatre in Wigton's a great base for anyone to learn the skills required to do drama or technical in a theatre. It's a great little nurturing ground. Obviously, I think we've mentioned in the past, we've got the theatre skills classes are in there. So there's we've got how many kids is there in this production?
In this production, there's 6, 12. We've probably got about maybe up to 20.
Yeah.
Ranging from we have 5-year-olds.
Oh.
To 70-year-olds, and I won't say who the 70-year-old is.
Wow, what an age range.
Yeah.
Well, we won't mention where any of you sit in that age range, well, other than I have divulged that Aaron's at the younger end. Welcome particularly to David Boardman, who, this is your debut.
This is
on the
my
Wigton
debut
stage.
on stage. I'll give you a very, very condensed version of my story. Born as a Lancashire lad in Warrington, lived in the US for 32 years, and recently widowed. I moved back, decided to retire to Cumbria. I thought, what better place could there be, retiring back to Cumbria? And so ended up in Wigton at the end of last September. And I would walk past the theatre, and it would have a sign outside that said, "The friendliest little theatre in Cumbria." And I knew absolutely not a soul in town. So I literally just walked in there one night when they were rehearsing and said, "I'm new in town. I know nobody. Can I get to know you? Will you be my friend? And what can I do to help?" I've done a little bit of art in background, and so I thought I could help in theatre set, which I've been doing, painting. And here I am, less than 5 months later, about to step out on stage. So it's, for me, I'm very excited. I'm loving it.
Yeah, but not only that, don't gloss over the other important detail that not only are you about to step out on stage, you're about to step out on stage dressed as a woman.
I am Gorgon. And my one of the ugly sisters, other ugly sister is Medusa. And we are ravishing.
In inverted commas. Yes.
So please, tickets are available. Come on down.
I was expecting a little bit of rouge this morning.
Yeah.
but you didn't need it after your mad dash.
Yes.
What a lovely story. I mean, this is just classic Wigton theatre, isn't it? That the fella walks in off the street and next thing he knows.
Well, that sign, it's not just a marketing thing. It is such a friendly place. And we start them young, like on a Wednesday afternoon. There's the year 7s to 13s workshops, and on a Saturday mornings we have the years 1 to 7. So this is our 5 to 18 group, and I think I mentioned it last time. I love Wigton Theatre because they integrate the children in the performances. We had the children in Romeo and Juliet, and they are an important part for the production of Cinders, and it's just lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's a wonderful thing that you're doing it at half term as well, which I know we touched on last time as well, because this is a relatively recent development. But traditionally Panto was, ran after Christmas, didn't it? And I know, well, Staged Right just did their one night of Panto at the Sands last Saturday evening. Cinders, of course. Well, you've got what is it, 7 days, isn't it?
7 days.
7 days.
4 days, 8 performances.
So with matinees thrown in there as well, starting on Monday, of course. And with Staged Right, that was an original Panto written by David McNeill. But so is this. It's Cinders, but it's your Cinders.
Yes, I wrote it, and then the director and the cast have embellished it and turned what is just boring black and white
words on a page
into something which is so exciting and so full of energy. It's got every ingredient you'd expect a pantomime to have, including ugly sisters, dames. We've got Prince Charming, but he's Prince Charming with a little twist. As if people who know me know that I can't resist having little twists. We have the beautiful Cinders. And of course we've got the really nasty stepmother, Mildew.
Can't wait to meet Mildew.
Ooh.
Sounds a bit.
You'll be frightened.
Yes, indeed. And you've got your fairy godmother's even got a twist, hasn't she?
She is indeed, and it's not a spoiler alert because within the first couple of minutes she comes on and says that she's a learner.
She's a learner driver.
So expect
another apprentice.
Expect some mishaps along the way.
Mishaps and mistakes. Well, we're going to find out more about Cinders and chat to you a little bit more after the travel news, if that's all right. As long as it's not time for rehearsals yet, is it?
We're okay for a little bit longer.
You can practice it again. You can do a little run through for me during the next track, if that's okay. But we better have to see what is happening on the roads. Now back to business, back to pantomime business, back to the business of drama in Wigton. Cinders this week, starting on Monday, running right through until next Sunday. Perfect half-term entertainment, and I have 3 of the cast and crew from the John Peel Theatre with me this afternoon in the form of David Ross, who has penned the script for Cinders and is also playing the King, Sire.
You did a very good curtsy, Helen.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you. Yes, thank you very much. I've been practicing it hard all morning. And Aaron, who, as well as being a a blood biker and everything else,
Yep.
is the sound and lighting man. So
That's right.
backstage, and David Boardman, who is, well, a new recruit,
Yes.
and sort of an immigrant or a returning native nearly.
Yes, I am. Yes.
That all clicks, doesn't it? A Lancashire lad
Yep.
who's come back to Cumbria from t'other side at Pond,
Mhm.
walking past the John Peel Theatre one day, saw the sign, didn't know anybody, wandered in, and next thing he knows he's dressing up as a woman, as an ugly sister. and you've never acted before?
Never have before. And all I can say of that is it's just been an absolutely wonderful experience. The group of people in the theatre are just amazing. There's no star. Everybody just works to help each other, and so I feel totally confident, and it's just priceless. It's my little family now in Wigton.
Oh,
I love them
that's
all.
wonderful. So did you audition specifically for that part then? Did you think, that's me?
The list went out of the parts, and I looked and I thought, I think I could play an ugly sister. I think I'm goofy enough that I could do this. And so I put my name in the hat and got it.
Was it his goofiness, David,
yes,
that
but again,
clinched the deal?
and then imagining him in his outfit, I mean, a seductress through and through.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you're built for being. Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yes.
I can. I'm starting to see this in my mind's eye. But not only are you performing on stage, you've also got a really integral role in the set design, because in between times I've been hearing just what a whiz this man is with a paintbrush.
Another part of it that I've totally enjoyed. I've got a little bit of a background in art. My background is in the graphic arts field from my working career, and so when this production came up, I mentioned to Connie maybe I could help on the set design, and so I kind of scratched out a design, and she said this looks great, and so I took it on, and with a wonderful group of other people from the theatre, we've painted and we're ready for the show.
And so as a result, as actors, we and from Aaron's point of view, we go seamlessly from the palace to Baron Hardup's house to the forest.
Yes.
And it's...
Yeah,
and
we
it-
won't tell
and
you
it
how that
flows.
magic happens, though.
Oh
We'll leave
my
that for the
goodness.
imagination.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite a feat.
Yes, it's been great, but remember, not only me, wonderful group of other people helping me do this, and it's been just amazing. It's been wonderful.
But it sounds like ingenuity, imagination,
Yes.
craftsmanship, skill, and I think that's the wonderful thing, isn't it, about a theatre group like the John Peel Theatre? It's because you're bringing in people who have different lives, different professions, different
Exactly.
interests, different skills, which they're prepared to pool
Yeah.
and use.
I think we need to shout out stage manager Robin as well, who's put the set together.
Yes.
Robin built it, and David and his team made it look pretty.
And in terms of your lighting for what sounds like a stellar set, and obviously the sound as well. But when it comes to Panto, are there particular challenges that different from, I suppose Romeo and Juliet, for instance, at the other end of the spectrum?
Yeah, so it's lighting a Panto is different to an whole theatre show because, well, for Romeo and Juliet, it was obviously a really intimate scene. We had a completely black box stage, and you had to be really creative with keeping the lighting quite subtle. Whereas with Panto, it's the complete opposite, and it's all flashy lights, but you've still got to make the scenes look good. And then there's from the sound design, it's different because in a normal theatre show, it's all about the actors, whereas in a Panto, it's all, you've got to add in all the sound effects, which it takes a long time to design and build all these sound effects. We have a guy called Hayden who he kind of revolutionised the theatre's sound design in previous Pantos. So we've got all the bed tracks that run in between in the bottom of scenes, and all the sound effects that sit in between, like jokes, to your classic wah wah wahs and stuff like that. And then obviously we've got all the music tracks as well, which Hayden's sit and edited together for all the musical numbers. Well, we've got how many? I think we've got five sung songs in this track.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
This Panto. Yeah.
Well, sound effects is an art form in itself, I would say.
We spend hours trying to find sound effects online that are royalty free as well, so we try not to
yes, there is
spend
that
all our
little-
budget.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it just sounds like a real coming together of all sorts of different talents, a real pool of talent in Wigton and the surrounding area, on stage, off stage.
It is, yes. And then, in costume, we've got Angie and Maxine. Wonderful job they're doing with the costume design in the background. So much goes on in the background, and just wonderful community and all volunteers.
So
and David's mentioning community. We like to open ourselves out to the general community, and so we give opportunities for free tickets for Cumbrian people with disabilities. And so if anybody knows anybody who would benefit from that, our website, Aaron, would...
wigtontheatre.org is where you can get all the information for the show.
So yes, we would welcome the people.
You are. I mean, welcome. I think should be your key word, really.
I agree.
But what I'm really quite intrigued about as well, and I don't know if you're allowed to say, David. I'm picturing you, but the frock. Is it one frock?
I have more than one frock. I believe I have 4 costume changes.
Really? Oh.
Yes. So, some amazing, dazzling numbers. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
It frightened me the other day when I saw him getting changed from one costume to another. I think it's gave me nightmares.
Let's just say, without a spoiler alert, there's a romance between myself and the king.
Oh, really? Well, now you've kept that quiet up till this point. I'm glad I've strategically placed you at a distance from each other this morning.
As in every panto, there's a number of romances, and everybody ends up happily married.
That's not too much of a spoiler. That's exactly how it should be. And for something like this, obviously, panto, we sort of come with certain expectations, don't we? So we know if it's Dick Whittington, we know if everybody knows I suppose it's one of the few dramatic events where you come and the story before it even starts, but yet you're prepared to let you play with that, let you tweak it, let you do whatever you want with it, really, I suppose, within reason. And David, I mean, you must allow yourself a fair amount of artistic license because you want to make it different.
Well, yes, it's the story is very basic. Boy meets girl, and all that there is this piece of footwear. I won't say what the footwear is, and his search for the girl. And it's a very simple idea. And the original Grimm's fairy tale, it was as simple as that. So you have to embellish it. And because we have so many great actors, you write as many parts as possible. I write the parts with nobody in mind, but the parts are there, and then people can audition. Well, having said that, there is one part I wrote for one of the actors, who is Edward is the 12-year-old techie.
Yep, sound
and
operator.
His 10-year-old brother, George, I wrote a part specifically for him. And I won't give the game away any more than that.
Oh, my goodness. I have a sense that George might be about to upstage Ugly Sister and King, perhaps, and I don't think you'll mind in the slightest.
No.
It does sound like it'll be a whole barrel of fun. And a great way to spend a half-term evening if you have children to entertain, and plenty of Cumbrian crack in there as well, because I know the last show that you did was Cumberland crack, wasn't it? I mean, do you tweak little Cumbrian references? Do you manage to slip anything in?
Not as many this time. Last year's pantomime was the Pie-Eyed Piper of Wigton, and that very much so. But people who know Wigton, they will get some references sneaked in as well.
Yes.
And David, this is a whole new world for you.
Whole new world. I'm loving it.
Well, you're
Absolutely
beaming. It's wonderful. What a wonderful thing that you're new to a town and you found, as you said, like this family.
I've got this family now, yes, and so it's a great little story for myself because I've come from extreme grief situation and to a stage where now I've got a family in my little town here and loving it.
And very soon, audience applause, approbation, going wild.
Oh yes, there's the Dames have quite a few wonderful scenes. There's a particular scene that's going to definitely bring the house down, I believe. I'm not going to mention what it is, but it might involve.
I think I know which one you mean.
It might involve tutus. I'll just give you that.
Oh, right, okay. I can see ticket sales just off the scale.
They're starting to speed up, so tickets are still on sale now.
But, yes, some of them are quite full already. I know, particularly the matinees.
The matinees are nearly sold out.
It's
now,
worthwhile looking on the website for the John Peel Theatre, which is wigtontheatre.org. And I know, David, as the wordsmith, you have a particular interest in fostering. Well, we've talked about Aaron's fostering of techies, as you like to call them, the technical apprentices that he's nurturing
technical team,
at the theatre. And I know you have a keen interest in encouraging writers as well.
I'm a member of the North Cumbria Scriptwriters, and we've linked in with the BBC Writers' Room, and we've got a competition for people to write short plays, and the winning plays will be performed at Keswick Theatre by the Lake, which is sort of Cumbria's major professional theatre. So that and it's the banner is on the Lonely Cloud on the BBC Writers' Room. But in addition, what we're going to do at Wigton is Connie, our director, we were chatting about getting people together to develop their writing skills, because there are people within the theatre who are keen to do some writing and they'd like to get the skills to go with it. So Connie and I are going to be running some workshops. This is hot off the press. This is the first time other people in the theatre will know about this.
Oh, we have an exclusive.
Yes, we are going to be running writers' workshops for people who want to develop their writing skills in the theatre.
Oh, well, my goodness, so many different outlets. I see, David, that could be the next thing.
I think so. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, but because you see, you now have the experience. You've seen a master at work.
Right.
You've embodied his script for him, and now you can take the baton and get writing as well.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've got to carry on because in the Aaron ilk, because Aaron seems to spend his life doing all sorts.
Yeah, never a quiet moment for me.
Absolutely. Well, thank you all so much for making the time to be with us this afternoon, because I know you've got rehearsal at 2. So is this the final?
This is it.
It is.
The final
this is
rehearsal.
After 5:30, 6 o'clock tonight. We've got a live paying audience to perform in front of.
And a day off first, though.
Yes.
Because
tomorrow's a day off, so everyone will relax. They won't worry about it. No panic, nothing. Ha ha.
No, it's a bit like, you've got to peak at the right time, haven't you? It's like any sports person. It's no good, doing, if you're running a marathon, which is, it is a marathon, 7 days worth. It's no good running another marathon the day before, is it? Because you would
tire themselves out.
Exactly.
But,
we just want you to peak at the right time.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure you will. If this afternoon's conversation is anything to go by, good luck with Cinders at the John Peel Theatre in Wigton. It opens on Monday evening, 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
But it runs right through until next Sunday. The last performance is a matinee performance at 2 o'clock next Sunday. There's also a matinee on the Saturday. Tickets for those are limited because they're selling very, very quickly. But if you'd like to find out more, you can go to wigtontheatre.org for their February half-term panto. Enjoy.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Helen.